everyone, welcome to the start of a new Book One Cozies Club chapter by chapter. I'm Di, and these are my audio-only reading vlogs for the Book One Cozies Club, or first in a series Cozy Mystery Book Club. This month, we are reading Guidebook to Murder, the first book in the Tourist Trap Mystery series by Lynn Cahoon. As I will be sharing my thoughts with you along the way, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't read the chapters noted in the title of this video, I suggest that you not listen to this recording until you have. If you would prefer to hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety, keep an eye out for my Book One Cozies Club Series First Impressions video, which will be posted sometime after the reading vlogs for this book have commenced. So how is everybody doing this evening? I am doing well. I am glad that the workday has ended. It has been quite a stressful one, but I am excited to start a brand new chapter by chapter. This will also be a brand new experience for me, as I have not read a book by Lynn Cahoon before, so I will be exploring not only a new series but a new author. So for this particular chapter by chapter, this book has 21 chapters, so I think we will split this into a 5-section chapter by chapter, with each section containing 4 chapters, except for the last section, which will contain 5 chapters. So in this section, I will be reading chapters 1 through 4, and then sharing my thoughts with you along the way, as per usual. I do have an ebook copy borrowed through my Kindle Unlimited subscription, but I have decided to also borrow an audiobook copy from my Hoopla offerings that my library has. So I am going to do something that I've only done one time before, I believe, on a chapter by chapter, which is listen to the audiobook. I do have the house to myself at the moment, so I thought it would be a good time to listen to the audiobook and see what I think of the narration and work on my Christmas gift knitting at the same time, because it is that time of the year and I do need to get a couple gift knits off the needles and into the mail before the gift mailing season kind of starts. I am going to be working on finishing the first of my dad's pair of socks, so I am right at the toe right now. I'm just getting ready to finish that up and then start on the second sock. And then for his wife, I am making her a pair of house socks because I do not know what size shoes she wears. So she gets a pair of like bed socks, ones to just lounge around the house in. So I'm about 3/4 of the way done with her first sock as well. So I will be killing 2 birds with 1 stone, if you will, and listening to the audiobook, recording my thoughts for you on this chapter by chapter, and doing some gift knitting. So I am going to go ahead and dive into chapter 1 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 4. I have to say that listening to the audiobook and working on my knitting has been something that I haven't been able to do for a really long time, and I really enjoyed the experience. I am listening on 2x speed. I usually listen to my audiobook somewhere between 1.75 speed and 2.0 speed, depending on the narrator. Sometimes I have to go down to 1.5 speed just because when it gets sped up, the narration just sounds weird or squeaky to me, and that's like nails on a chalkboard. So this one, though, I can listen to 2.0 speed, and so that's what I did. I really enjoyed listening. I thought the narrator was good. I'm not having any issues so far with the way the narration is being presented, which is great. In fact, I did listen a little bit past chapter 4 just because I was enjoying it so much. And I did finish my dad's sock, so that's great as well. So some things that I noticed while I was experiencing this book was, that our main character was kind of a grouchy bookseller at the beginning, which I was like, oh no, please don't tell me that she's going to have this attitude this entire book. But thankfully, it doesn't seem like she has an attitude, at least not the way it had come across when she first met Bambi. But yeah, so far things are very interesting. 2 words, waterproof mascara. I personally am someone who wears waterproof mascara no matter what the occasion. If I ever wear non-waterproof mascara, it's always a first layer of mascara and then I will put a second layer of waterproof on. That's just something that I've always done, just because you never know what kind of situation you're going to be in, whether you're going to get splashed with water, it's going to suddenly rain, you're going to tear up and have a sneezing attack, you're going to get emotional during the day. Yeah, I just don't ever want to take that chance with regular mascara, so I've always worn waterproof mascara. And yes, it does take a little bit extra work to get it off at the end of the day, but to me, it's worth it to not have raccoon eyes. So, yeah, I thought that part was just like really, really... And, even if she was someone who just only has regular mascara, you should always have waterproof mascara for those occasions, like funerals, like just like a little sample or whatever. That's just something that I've always lived by. And so when, I see TV shows where people are having situations where their makeup is running, I'm just like, obviously not waterproof mascara. And, maybe they do it for a dramatic effect or whatever, but yeah, that will never ever happen to me. I always wear waterproof mascara. Something else that kind of bothered me, and I'm not really sure when this book was written, but she answered her cell phone while she was driving, and I'm like, oh, that is a big no-no. And she didn't wear a Bluetooth device either. It said that she flipped the phone open while she was driving. So that tells me that she was holding it up to her ear when she was driving, and that is a big no. So yeah, other than those 2 things, I actually really enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the fact that our main character is a bookseller. I enjoyed the fact that our victim was knitting when our main character met her. Obviously I told you I was knitting on a pair or on a sock while I was listening. So things that I, find an interest in, like reading and knitting, when I have those things come up in a book that I'm reading, it just adds to the enjoyment for me. And so those little mentions were really enjoyable for me. Obviously, we have a couple of suspects already, especially with how the will turned out. I'm enjoying the mentions of food, and obviously, any mentions of food always make me hungry, so I'm about to go heat myself up a spot of dinner in a moment. I am recording this a bit earlier since I did have the house to myself. I took advantage of that time as opposed to reading when I normally read, which is about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning, right before I go to bed. But yeah, so far so good. I am really enjoying the book so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing what tomorrow's chapters will bring. So let me know down in the comments below what you thought of these chapters. What did you think about the whole mascara situation? Did you also find the mentions of the bookstore and books and probably not knitting, because I know there are more people that read books as opposed to knit, but for me, I do both, so both of those things were enjoyable to me. But maybe the knitting portion was also enjoyable to you. Let me know that down in the comments below. Also, let me know if you've read another book by Lynn Cahoon, and if you have, what your favorite series is by her, because I think she has a few. I'm not sure about that, but I'm almost positive she has at least one other series. But yeah, I'd love to chat with you down in the comments below. Don't forget, you can also chat with me in the March Mystery Madness Discord or the Mystery Madness Goodreads group, whichever feels more comfortable to you. I'd love to chat with you on any of those platforms. And yeah, so I will be back with you tomorrow for chapters 5 through 8, and I'm going to go heat up me some dinner right now. So I hope you're all having a great evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.